Hey, what's up? Sal here from SJ Cooks. So today I'm going to be cooking and reverse searing a whole picanha. There's a lot of people saying that for a picanha, all you need is just a little bit of salt. I am a hardcore salt, pepper, and garlic type of person when it comes to steaks. So that's a little bit harder for me to believe, but that's what we're doing today. I'm going to be testing it out and I'm going to see if the rumors are true. Is salt the only thing you need on a delicious picanha? Let's get started. I have this 3.7 pound picanha that I'm going to be cooking today. Now normally, I like to cut these up into steaks, but the main advantage to cooking up a whole roast is you don't need to flip 4 to 6 individual steaks. The disadvantage is you don't get enough seasoning all around the steak, but that's not going to be an issue here since I'm just going to be using salt. Another thing to note is the direction of the grain. I'll go into more detail later when it comes to slicing, but it's important to take note of the direction of the grain. In summary, you're going to be doing 2 cuts during slicing, and your second cut has to be against the grain so you get a nice tender bite. Let's salt this picanha. I'm using sea salt here and doing a half a teaspoon of salt per pound of meat. If you're using table salt, you might want to use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt per pound of meat. Let's get a nice coating on our roast. Ideally, we want to let this roast rest overnight so the salt penetrates completely. This is also known as a dry brine, but I want to keep things quick and easy today. Be sure to flip and salt the fat cap as well. Now, even though the salt won't penetrate the fat, it's going to be very, very tasty. On a picanha, always leave the fat cap on. Maybe I should do a direct comparison between an SPG picanha and a salt-only picanha. Leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to work on that video. We're going to reverse sear this picanha, so let's first set up the grill for some low and slow. I'm going to pour in a few briquettes and I'm going to use a charcoal starter to start them up. Now once lit, I'm going to pour in some unlit briquettes. Next, I'm placing in my grate, followed by a chunk of cherry wood for some smoke flavor. Let's cover and let it come up to temperature. My target temperature is between 250 and 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches those temps, or it's close enough, I'm going to place in my picanha. I'm going to place in the ThermoPro TempSpike wireless thermometer to monitor temperatures. So I'm going to be reverse searing this picanha. So what does that mean? Very simple. I'm going to smoke this picanha until it reaches 125 internal temperature, and then I'm going to hard sear it until it reaches a nice medium rare at 135. Now you definitely need a leave-on thermometer so that you can nail the temperatures exactly the way you want it. Now I'm using the ThermoPro TempSpike. Now if you're interested in this thermometer, be sure to go check out their website. Now currently, as a posting of this video, they have a buy one, get one free. Now, why do you need so many units? Well, with the holidays coming up, I could easily see a scenario where you're cooking a few things outside on the grill and a few things inside the house. And having that extra thermometer is definitely going to come to good use. So be sure to go check it out. And thank you, ThermoPro, for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to the cook. The picanha has reached 93 internal temperature and I'm going to flip over. This step is optional, but I feel it cooks more evenly if you do this. Let's cover and keep on cooking. I've been running 260 degrees Fahrenheit and it's a good smoking temperature. Now that the picanha has hit 124 degrees internal temperature, I'm going to remove. And then get the grill nice and hot. First by mixing up the charcoal, and then adding in some lump charcoal. And once it's roaring hot, let's sear both sides of this picanha. This picanha is looking and smelling good. Let's remove, tent it with foil, and let it rest. Now the thermometer is reading an internal temperature of 131 degrees. And after about 10 minutes of resting, the carryover heat should take it past 135 for a good medium rare. Once rested, we're ready to remove from the foil and start slicing. We'll be doing 2 cuts on this picanha. Take note of which way the grain is running and cut with the grain on the first cut and cut in a couple of slices. And now for our second cut will be against the grain. This will assure a nice tender bite. Oh, the wife took a bite before I did. What did she think?
That was good? perfect.
All right, now it's my turn. Salt only picanha. Let's try it. This is delicious. It's smoky, it's tender, super juicy. Heck yeah. And the fat is unbelievable. Now, this is a real winner here. I did not expect a salt-only picanha to be so delicious and so flavorful. Now, I am very, very surprised. Salt might be the only thing you need out of a picanha. I know it sounds crazy, but that was delicious. My wife absolutely loved it. Now, the real question is, will I do this again? And I say absolutely. But I'm not gonna give up on the pepper garlic so easily. There's still a lot of picanhas to cook and a lot of experimenting to do. Now, if you wanna try to cook a picanha, cut them into steaks, I got a video just for you. Go ahead and check that out next. Yeah, picanha.